What's up, people? Rob Barrington here for another hop into Bridge War and the Battle Arena. Today, we're going to go from Bridge War, which, if you haven't seen the original video, it is in the description, probably in the comments as well. You can hop on that link and get a look at Bridge War, or you can just go to bridgewar.com and start playing. There are instructional sheets there and a whole bunch of stuff where you can just hop in and start taking tricks. But today, we're going to add a little wrinkle to the rules and we're going to hop into BridgeWar Heroes. Now, one thing I will tell you is you don't have to sign in. In fact, you can play without signing in at the top here, but it's helpful to sign in to BridgeWar for a couple of reasons. Number one, it keeps your stats, right? So I'm going to scroll up and you can see I have some stats up there that I can keep track of, but also the hands in this version will recycle every 24 hours. Just you start your war. Sunset on today's war is 14 hours. Well, 14 hours from now, all of these battles will reset and all of the hands will be redealt. But the good thing is that all the hands you play are going to be the same hands that I play. So when we get to July 14th, you're going to see me playing a version of Bridge War every day where you can kind of play the same hands and see exactly how I'm doing it and go through it yourself. But let's learn the game first, and we're going to hop in to BridgeWar Heroes. So let me jump in here and I'll explain the rules. So I'm going to continue the battle. In fact, I tell you what, let's take you to a fresh battle here. I popped into that. Let's play this battle 1 of 4. So here is the rule here. This is the same version that we just played in Bridge War, except we now have what's called a trump suit. And we didn't choose it. The computer chooses it for us in each of these games. And in any version you start, it'll give you a little list of the rules here. When we add a trump suit, we have to take one more trick to achieve success. So in this version of the game, it's not just a race to 7 tricks, it's a race to 8, which is very similar to Real Bridge. When we have a trump suit in Real Bridge, we usually take one more trick on average than in no trump, or at least especially when we're bidding to the high level contracts. The high level contracts that are successful in suits are one level higher than the ones in no trump. So very similar, right? So we're getting on the same path as a normal bridge game. The only different rule here, folks, is when we talk about the no trump, which is no hero suit at all, the highest card played to the suit led, so in this case spades, is always going to win the trick. So here, when I play this ace of spades, I'm 100% of the time going to win this trick if there's no hero suit, okay? However, if the East player, the person to my right, Jenny over there, if they did not have spades and they had a club, they could play a club and the ace of spades would no longer have won the trick. So here's the rule now when we have a hero suit. The highest card played to the suit led or the highest trump card played to a trick is the winning trick or wins the trick, right? So here, in this case, obviously everyone had a spade, so we're going to win the ace, and that's always going to be a trick. However, if East was in fact out of spades, because remember we have to follow suit at all times. No one can play, no one can just throw a card from a different suit unless they're out of a suit, right? But when you are, you can use that hero suit. So generally, I'll tell you the strategy when we play with a suit as trump is to get rid of the opponent's trump suit, meaning we want to be the only ones that have that nice ammunition to use. However, in this version, we actually have 7 of those club suit cards, the heroes card, and the opponents have 6, so it's very evenly distributed. We usually would like to have a little bit more of the suit. And oh, this is awesome. So we get to see a rule here, folks. Take a look what just happened. The West player played the 9 of spades, and we, as the declarer, right, we get to control both hands. So remember, you have to play a card from each side. We played the 10, and we were hoping to win this trick with that 10 of spades, but East has played the 7 of clubs, which means that they are now winning the trick. That is a hero card, and that means they have no spades left and they're trying to trump this. We, in fact, can over trump. So take a look. We just played the 10 of clubs over their 7, which means we played the highest trump card to the trick, which means we won the trick. And even though spades were led, Clubs is the hero suit, and we both used one of our cards there. Now, this brings up a flaw in the game that I've asked them to fix. It is hard enough to remember what happened, 5 minutes ago or even one trick ago. And that's why usually in any version of Bridge we have a button we can click and it'll show us exactly what just happened because that happens fast. It takes the trick away. I promise that's coming. So for those of you that are struggling, don't worry, it's coming. And also, the best thing about learning a game like this and playing from the very beginning is you're going to notice that you can't remember much at the very start. It's going to seem like you're lost and maybe you're thinking of quitting. Oh my God, it's too hard for me. Don't worry, you get better. And that's the best thing about games like this. It might seem like you're lost for a while, maybe, but the more you play it and the more time you put in at these tables and these battles, the better your memory gets. It's a cool thing when you realize it too. Maybe you don't remember trick one from when you're at trick six. You'll notice at some point in the relatively near future, it takes a bit of time, your memory will just adjust and get better. And that means things are working for you. All right, so let's keep dancing here. We won in our hand. Notice I have the black tray. When you're the black player, if you have the black highlight, it means it's your turn to play. So here, I'm going to just play a diamond towards that dummy over there. And notice I'm just trying to take 8 tricks, right? That's all I need to do in this version. I just need to take 8 tricks, and I'm going to try another spade here. I know my right-hand opponent doesn't have any spades. I know my left-hand opponent has plenty, so I get to play a spade. And look at that. I won a trick with the 2 of a suit. How did I do that? It's the hero suit, folks. When I play a spade, I'm out in my hand. Right-hand opponent played a diamond, which might not be good because did we survive? Let's see if I can't play. I'm in my hand. Duh. I see. I forgot who was playing. The black tray means you're playing. So let's play this diamond here. Ooh, that's a good card. We like that. Let's play this jack of diamonds as well. Let's dance. Oh, are we getting that? Ship it. Nope. There's the trump suit again, folks. You see the hero suit? Jack of diamonds, highest card to the suit being led. However, what did they use? They used the club suit, which again is that hero suit, which gives them the opportunity to do what they just did. Yuck, we don't like this one. Mm-mm. All right, we need 2 more tricks, and well, it might be better if we just play hearts. Let's find out if we're getting lucky. Okay, all right, all right. So they've played 2 rounds of clubs. Oh no, this is bad for us. There we go. Who has the queen of clubs is the question. I think it's West. No, too bad. All right, so look at me, professional bridge player. Some would call celebrity bridge player. Disaster. 0 and 1. Yuck. So bad play by me. Unfortunately, you'll notice sometimes they just give you a tough hand, and it's okay. By the way, failing is the best way to succeed in the future, and there's no problem. Playing games like this, bridge, poker, you learn to fail often early, and one of the best skills you can develop is shaking it off and clicking next duel and dancing again. This time they've given us another tough hand. Now notice I've jumped into level 2. This is the harder version, I think, of the Bridge Heroes section, but it's you'll see the trump suit that we have to the left, spades this time is only 7 cards again, right? That's bad for us. We want to have, in fact, what we look for in bridge is something called a fit, which is 8 or more cards in a suit. So in a contract like this, where both hands have a lot of cards and all the suits, frequently we're better off playing with no trump suit. However, in this version, you don't get to choose. They force it on you, which is fine, right? This is how we get good practice. So at this point, again, trying to get 8 tricks. And on this hand, I see a whole bunch of tricks. In fact, take a look for a moment. Look at the cards that are winners right now. In fact, this is the exercise you should be doing in all of the regular Bridge War where there's no trump suit. We're looking at what's called winners. What cards can we win right now? And here, just by playing it, meaning you play it, you know you're going to win it. And remember, the highest card played to the suit led. So when we get to lead cards, we get to win tricks. I see 3 clubs, ace, king, queen. The ace of diamonds is 4, and 4 spades, ace, king, queen, jack, 10, 9. You only get to take 4 of them, unfortunately, because 4 are in the south hand. That's 8 winners, and that's all we have to get to, folks. Remember, in the heroes version, because there's a trump suit, we have to take 1 more trick, but we have 8. But the problem is we're playing with a hero suit. So we have to make sure to do something very important first, and that is draw trump. When we have a trump suit, we almost always want to do what's called draw trump, which means we want to play as many spades as necessary to bleed the opponents out of the spade suit. And here it's going to take all four of that. Because what we don't want to happen is we do not want the opponents, while we're playing this club suit, to, when they're out of it, be able to play spades. So what we do is we get rid of all of their spades, and now here comes trick number 8, and finally a victory. Boom. Battle 2. Ship it to the good people. Oh, wait, we get to take more? Oh, okay. We already took 8 tricks. I guess it's going to let us take 9. All right, we'll take 9. I think that might be level 2. In fact, maybe I'm learning something about this game. They're going to play, sorry. I tried to play a diamond there. It told me, yeah, you have to follow suit, dummy. Thanks a lot. Here we go, guys. All right, they're just going to take the last couple of tricks. In fact, we could probably have claimed 0 here, but there we go. But we won it. There it is. Ship it. All right, one more, and then I'll leave the last one to you guys. Here, finally, they give us as many trump as we should want, okay? The more trump you have in this version, or the hero suit, as they put it, and here you'll always know because it'll be shaded a little differently, as you can see, and it'll always be furthest to the left. In fact, that's how we play bridge. This dummy hand that the north hand always is, if we play with a trump suit, that always goes furthest on the left as you're looking at it, furthest on the right if you're actually the dummy. So here we see that we have 8 cards in the spade suit, which means we have that fit, and that means it's usually going to be a good spot for us to play and have a reasonable amount of success. So here we played the queen. We could have played low as well. I was trying to win a trick and dummy if it was possible. Here we're going to play a diamond to dummy. I'm just going to make this kind of quick and dirty here, just so I can get over there for something special. Okay, so that was what's called the finesse, folks. You might have seen me do it before. We're going to get into detail on all these plays in a future version when we talk about kind of how to play this game the best. But here you saw that king was over in the east player's hand right here, and we played towards our ace and our queen. We kind of sandwiched it in between them, and now we got to take all of those tricks. Wow, they're pitching a diamond away. That's interesting. So we're going to play those diamonds now, and we're just going to, again, trying to get to 8 tricks. That's all we need to get to. We're more than happy to lose some tricks, as we're going to have to, right? But see how many it's going to be, because here they're going to take some clubs, but does one of them have a third club to lead, or are we going to get a little extra? Notice we have that beautiful hero suit, but we didn't get to use it because we never ran out of the suits that we needed to trump until right now. Right now they're leading a heart. We can take this in either hand. There's our hero card left on both sides. And there's 9 tricks, or rippers as we call them. And now our duel record is 2-1. Whatever, let's finish it. I can't leave it unfinished, folks. Here we go. All right, last chance to excel in our heroes battle here. We've picked another trump suit. And my gosh, it's only 7 guards in the trump suit. So, oh well. So again, we would love to have 8. And the reason we know it's Trump, shaded, boom, boom, and also furthest to the left. And they picked it, right? Here, if I were playing this hand, I would prefer no Trump. Usually, I suppose. I don't know. The club suit is a little scary in that, because remember, once this ace of clubs is gone, if we were playing with no Trump suit, all their clubs would be winners if they led them. Here, our heart hero suit is going to stop them from running that suit. I want you to recognize that the best strategy, especially when you have a lot of trump in one hand, here I have 5 in one hand and 2 in the other. When you have 7 or more, it's usually right, at least at some point, to draw the opponent's trump, which is what I'm doing now. What I mean by that is, as I said before, you're going to play the trump suit yourself. And remember, they have to follow suit at all times when you lead a suit. So what we want to have happen is they have no trump and we have all the good ammunition. And they're going to take some tricks. And notice here would have been danger for us if there was no hero suit, because all these clubs would have been winners. I'm going to win this sucker over here. And I'm still drawing Trump, right? I haven't gotten rid of all their Trump. Oh, that's lovely. Now, how do I know I've gotten rid of all their Trump? I'm going to give you a hint. You see what just happened there? If I remember, and again, some of you might not remember yet, but I promise you, the more you do this, like a treadmill or going to the gym, your mind will develop and just improve and be amazing, right? So here, I've played 3 rounds of hearts, and on this last trick, both of my opponents followed suit. I played hearts, they played heart heart. So if that's true, they had played hearts the entire time. I've played 3 rounds. How many cards is that the opponents have played? 6 total cards. How many did I start with? I started with 7. That's 13. Boom shakalaka. There are no hearts left in their hands. So now I don't have to play any more hearts. Now I'm the only one that has ammunition, and it might come into, ooh, wow, they didn't win their ace of diamonds, but they're about to. And now if they play a club, we get to use the trump suit, and that's that hero suit. Notice it's super safe. And I'm going to hit this little claim button down here because I just have all the good tricks. I have trumps and that good spade. Claim accepted. Dual record. Yeah, yeah, we won. Battle record 1-0. Your name will echo in legend. You took 9 tricks. Will it really? I like that. I like legendary status from an online game. That's my email, folks. Try not to bombard it. But I'm gonna head back in, and this is why you sign in, by the way. You sign in because it gives you a nice look at the battles here and all of your stuff. And again, it's resets every 24 hours, and it's gonna be really relevant coming next week when you see me playing Bridge War Extreme, and you get to see all the same hands when you sign in. So hop on in, start playing, get your war started. And next video, we're going to look down here, Bridge War Select. And next week, we're going to play a bunch of Bridge War Extreme. So let's keep dancing, folks. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.